So as a mediator, in order to enhance the way in which the parties relate to the process, I can imagine that trust plays a very important role. How do you deal with trust?
I think you're right. I think that it's vital that all the parties and their representatives trust the mediator, trust that you are neutral, that you're interested, but you're not partial, that you are playing the role they expect, which is that of the neutral facilitator. Now, I think you can go further than that. I think you can be quite directional, you can be quite evaluative in terms of helping the parties to understand what's important and what isn't. But this question of trust is vital in my view. So it's important that you've listened carefully, and also that the parties feel that they've been listened to. That I think is essential. There's a word we often use in mediation, which is called venting. The parties have to vent. They have to tell the story, and they have to feel that someone's actually heard them. Because this is the problem with the law, is that you require the story to be told in a particular way. And that can be very frustrating for the client, because although the lawyers know that they have to put it in a particular way, it wasn't like that to the party who was affected. And if they can tell it how they feel it, and then feel they've been heard, there's quite a shift. And often you have to get through that, allow the story to be heard before you can allow the story to be told and allow for the party to be heard before you can move them on to think about solutions. They come to a mediation with pent-up energy, with emotions, and that you need to find a way of releasing that. So sometimes in the opening session, I'll say, if I think that's got to happen, and that one side needs to tell the story and just needs to allow the emotions to run, I'll say to the other side, well, I think you're just going to have to put your hard hats on and listen to what's been said. And you may not like it, and you may disagree with it, but we're going to get nowhere until they've told it. And so that in a sense deals with the emotions. You go on then to the question of the mediator's role, and if they've told the story in a scenario, in an environment where they feel comfortable, where they feel listened to, it is amazing how they then develop trust in you as the individual who's helping them move forward. And so later on, they will be interacting with you. And it's quite important not to overstep the mark, because actually you still don't know an awful lot about what's been going on. Whatever they've told you, there's an awful lot that they won't have told you and that you won't have heard, and you may never hear. And so there's a line to be walked here.